So, part 2. As you can see, I have the same shirt on, and it is because after doing some work with regards to credit repair, I decided to give you what exactly happened. My name is Jay, and welcome to Ask a Debt Collector, a subsidiary of Clear and Strategic. Now, I've been in the debt collection industry for over 15 years. I've done it all, from management to owning 2 debt collection companies. Over the last 10 years, I've been the go-to guy for friends and family for questions regarding debt and credit. Now I want to be that person for you. If you have any questions, put them down in the comment section. I promise I'll answer those questions. Let's go. So I contact Capital One with regards to this Quicksilver card because I had an issue. I signed up for it because they said if I spend $500 in 2 months, I'll get $200 back. So I figured I wanted to apply for this card. Number one, because I didn't have a good relationship with them before. And so it's been some time and I figured I could do that. Number two, because they were offering 15 months of no interest as well as spend $500, get $200 back. So I called them up. The first person that I got on the phone basically couldn't tell me anything with regards to the account itself. They basically said, hey, this is what you're approved for. This is what it was. Take it or leave it. But then after doing some talking, I was given another 800 number with regards to getting in contact with the application people there. So I called them up, got someone on the phone, and pretty much after verifying who I am and everything in that aspect, he explained to me why I did not get the introductory 503, 200 back, as well as the 0% interest rate for the 15 months. And the reason why, which makes a lot of sense, and I'm not mad at him for that, is because of the simple fact that when I applied for that Capital One Savory account, I took advantage of that same offer. So they don't offer it to people who've already had an account with them. Even though I shut the account down, it has been about a year or whatnot, and that is the reason why I got approved for that amount. Now, let's get to the $3,000 credit limit, right? My thought process with the $3,000 credit limit, I thought the reason why I got that low amount was simply because the last credit card that I had through them, or let me not say the last, because the last credit card I had was the Savory credit card, but the first credit card that I had through them, which was like a Capital One Platinum card is what it was called, I left a $3,000 balance and I never paid it. So as I get the guy on the phone, I ask, like most places, to speak to underwriting, someone there. So the guy places me on hold. About 5 minutes later, he comes back and he says that, I guess he talked to his supervisor and there was nobody they can get for the underwriting. It's not a number that they can get with regards to their underwriting. And basically that I could speak to the supervisor, but basically told me that the reason why my limit was at $3,000 was simply because they based it on my credit profile and my income and all of that. So I brought up the mere fact that I applied for another credit card about 4 days after this credit card, and they gave me a credit limit of $18,000. Same criteria. Why are you guys giving me the lower criteria? He goes on to say that he doesn't know, that there is no number to the underwriting, and basically accept the $3,000, and that's what it is. They're not going to give me a higher limit. And he can't tell me why. So my frustration, I guess, comes from this. Now, as you guys know, I love American Express. When I call and I ask them why I got a limit or whatever the circumstance is with regards to a limit or a credit increase or anything along those lines, whoever picks up the phone is actually able to give me a reason. Are they able to approve me for more money or whatever the circumstance is? With Capital One, it seems like they may outsource all of their stuff to people overseas, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not talking about anyone overseas, but these people just do not have the power to do anything, is what it seems like. Now, down below, anybody who has a Capital One account and had a similar situation where they're approved for a lesser amount than they're used to, or anything along those lines, put that information down below, because I would definitely love to see what I need to do so that way I can share it with you guys and make things a lot easier. I don't want to say no on Capital One all the way across the board or talk bad about them. All I can do is to speak on my experiences, and ultimately I like to have great experiences with everyone, and what determines a great experience is not necessarily getting what I want. Even though I want what I want with this card, I would have definitely not even questioned anything if I start out with at least a $10,000 balance on the credit card. But am I going to keep this credit card? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it. You guys in the comment section, if you do get this, tag Capital One so someone can contact me so where I can get to the people who can actually move things with them and not just talk to people that can't really do anything. As a business owner, I understand they probably make it that way so that way it lessens the amount of phone calls and a lot of the stuff that happens. But ultimately, you have to understand something, Capital One. You're a credit card company. People want to apply for credit through your company. We see your commercials all over the place with regards to everything that happens now. If someone gets approved for a certain amount of money, you should be able to express, the people who actually answer the phone should be able to express to us why that is. Not necessarily the underwriting and give me a generic answer, which is what I got. Oh, it was based on this and this and this, and that's why you got that. A lot of times with other credit card companies, American Express in particular, you can call and maybe get someone on the phone who cannot answer that question. They'll either give you a number to someone or get someone on the phone to be able to actually make moves. And that's just not the situation with Capital One as of now. But I do have the card. I'm not going to cancel it, I don't think. I'm not sure if I'm going to activate it. I'm just going to think about that because it's $3,000. You know, it'll definitely help my credit utilization across the board with regards to all the accounts that I have. And it's $2,000 more than what I had a year ago with the Savory account, which I couldn't get a credit increase. So maybe I'll keep this and see what happens. You guys let me know. What do you think I should do? Should I keep the credit card or should I close the credit card out? I would consider myself an expert when it comes to credit and debt. I've been in the business forever. Down below is a 20-minute free consultation. Sign up for it. It will not hurt you. With inflation and everything going on, now is the time to invest in yourself, and the best way to get started is by cleaning up your credit. It's a foundational thing. Get your credit cleaned up. Once your credit is cleaned up, you can start building the credit. That's something that I actually teach. If you do hire our services with regards to credit repair, and the goal is to get everybody at a 740 FICO score or higher. If you have any questions about credit or debt, put them down in the comment section. I promise I'll answer those questions. And as I always state, you be great.